Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score was 107-95. The LA Lakers got the victory in Portland for the third, not fourth, but third season in-season tournament game for the Lakers. I wasn't sure about that. I said fourth, possibly in the halftime video, but it was third. And we got the victory there. Very happy about how all of that panned out, but there were some buts there. And the biggest butt of them all is 19 offensive rebounds given up. Definitely don't like that. And 19 turnovers. Definitely don't like that. You do that on most nights, you're going to get beat. You had better play against a Portland Trailblazer team that couldn't take care of the ball themselves, who gave up the ball 18 times. 10 of them went to Shaedon Sharpe. How do you have 10 turnovers, Shaedon Sharpe? So that's kind of what we really benefited from, is the fact they coughed up the ball as much as we did, but them offensive rebounds were atrocious. Anthony Davis had a monster game, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals, just phenomenal. LeBron James also had a monster night, 35 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, I think 2 or 3 steals. Cam Reddish was all over the place. That man is a complete thief. 3 steals of it on the night for him. I don't remember what his point total was. But the steals were fantastic. D'Lo Russell really helped us a lot, even though it didn't really show up as much in the stats. To the eye test, he was balling. He would have had more assists than what he ended up with if guys would have been hitting their jumpers when he got on the ball. But ultimately, I thought he was really sharp tonight. And Taurean Prince was a plus 10 tonight, even though I was yelling at the screen at him a lot of the time. Overall, he did good things tonight to help us seal the victory. A double-double from Christian Wood, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Love seeing him do good things with the minutes, of course. Austin Reeves had a bad night for his standards. He chipped in. I think he had like 7 points, a couple assists, a couple rebounds, that kind of thing. But 3 turnovers. Just not a great Austin night. But overall, we were very pleased to win another tournament game. The intensity was there. I thought the last 4 minutes were a bit stagnant because the referees kept whistling everything. It seemed like the last 4 minutes drug a little bit for me. I guess it was because I was ready for us to seal the victory, but all in all, I love the intensity of this basketball game. LeBron James had 5 threes hit on the evening, 5 out of 9, if I'm not mistaken. Just a stellar three-point shooting night for the King. You should have never let him get no red floor, man. He thought he was back at Cleveland or Miami or something, splashing all over the place. It was probably the best three-point shooting performance I've seen him do in maybe ever as a Laker, honestly. It was just, he was finding his spots and he was hitting the shot, man. It was really, really fun to watch him go off in that fashion. Yeah, that's really what it was, man. We didn't shoot particularly well from behind the arc as a team. Luckily enough, LeBron had it going because most of the others did not. We shot under 30% from behind the arc, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, don't quote me on that. My mind is telling me maybe we shot 40%. One of them teams shot 40%. It was probably us. They probably shot under 20-something%, but I don't remember. Point is, the 3-ball was falling for the King, and that made us a much better three-point shooting team than we otherwise would have been. That part I could be certain of. So yeah, man, stats ain't sticking in my head for some reason, but I can tell you that the Lakers did turn the ball over a lot, and that is something that we need to try to shore up if we're going to go into a game against the Rockets, of whom was having a close game with the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully they get that victory here in LA, but we'll see them next here also in LA for our game in a few nights. So follow it up with a Utah game where there will be another in-season tournament situation. So I'm glad we got this game. You know, you got to give credit to the Portland Trail Blazers, even though they didn't get a whole lot off of their bench. They did contribute to a lot on the defensive end. I just remember Tamari Kamara just playing everybody full court. He was really, really a pest tonight, man. Really a pest. Got a good look at just exactly what he brings to the table. And the defense is there, man. When they get their full team, they're going to shock some people with how talented they actually are. You bring back Brogdon, Simons, and get a good Scoot Henderson going. That is a team that doesn't suck too much at all. So next season for the Portland Trailblazers, if they tank and they get a high lottery pick, they're not going to be in the dumps for much longer, man, because some of them role players can really go. Jeremy Grant's been playing well. He jumped off the screen. Ayton rebounded the ball extremely well, jumped off the screen. Thibel's three-point shot is coming along. So, you saw good things, man. And Skylar Mays, I can't say enough about Skylar Mays. He just really impresses every time he steps on the floor, getting assists and hitting three-point shots. He didn't have the most efficient night tonight, but ultimately was able to still hurt us quite a bit. So, Shaden Sharp is a hell of a player, man, but I don't know how the hell you walk away with 10 turnovers, bro. I don't know how that even happens. I don't remember his point total or nothing. I just saw the 10 with the turnovers and was smiling at that, because if he doesn't do that, we lose this game more than likely. I kid you not. I mean, as bad as we were giving up rebounds and stuff like that, it had to be them turnovers that really did them in. So, I mean, he had more than his entire team. This team had what? 19 of them, and he had 10 of them. I mean, God, man, that was the number one thing that stood off of the box score for me out of the whole damn game was his 10 turnovers. And of course, Anthony Davis' defensive stats, man. People talk about Anthony Davis having a bad game in the last game, but people don't understand that Anthony Davis can have a fantastic defensive game, even if his offense is trash. And that's what he did against the Sacramento Kings. He had 4 blocks, 9 points, 9 rebounds, and a hurt thigh. So it's like, I think people need to assess Anthony Davis on both sides of the floor if you want the fullness to understand if you want to understand the fullness of him having a good or bad game. Because he is arguably the best defensive player in all of basketball. So even if he can't score, he's going to walk away with defensive stats. And tonight, he killed it defensively, man. The stats are crazy. I mean, 5 blocks, 3 steals. You understand what I'm saying? And I think most of those blocks came in the first half. So you just got to give him credit for what he does, even on the defensive end, even when the offense isn't clicking, because that is where he really is making the big bucks. And you got to think about that when you consider wanting to trade him too. You're going to bring back a one-way superstar and give away this type of production on the defensive end. I mean, I'm just not up for it. AD is not going to be traded if I have anything to say about it. And certainly not to Chicago for a bunch of forwards. Hell no. So get that out your minds early. But yeah, man, that's really what it is, man. I really enjoyed the pace of this game, even though it did become stagnant down the stretch of it. And LeBron James shooting just was spectacular, man. Like I said, throughout the course of the game, red shoes, red floor, that's a different vibe for the King, man. He likes that vibe. He shoots well in that circumstance. And he did. He let that thing fly, man. And he was just running all over the court. He looked like he was in great shape. If he was day-to-day, you surely could not tell, because he was darting and cutting about as well as he has all season long. I mean, I just thought that he was moving so well without the basketball tonight. It wasn't even funny how many times you've seen him cutting in the lane and darting in transition. I mean, it was masterful. It really was, man. The King looked as good as he's looked in a while to me. And I just love seeing him out there, man, in a tournament situation. And I was saying this earlier in the pregame video. LeBron James is the exact type of talent you want in a tournament situation, because he's going to excel in the understanding that he can win something. In a new tournament, he's going to want that trophy attached to his name. You just know it. He piles up trophies. He piles up accolades, all kinds of stuff. Are you telling me an NBA Cup is going to be on the line and he ain't going to be going after it in a real way? LeBron James is the exact type of guy I want in this type of situation. And so I'm ready for us to possibly win the whole tournament, so long as he's healthy, man, because he's going to bring he's going to bring that intensity, and he takes pride in these type of situations, specifically something like this. So I like us. I like us in the tournament. We just got to keep people healthy, and I am concerned that maybe a few of our guys may have tweaked a little something today. Cam Reddish looked like he was hobbling a little bit. Anthony Davis might have did something a little funny with the ankle in the fourth quarter there. He fell a couple of times, even though he didn't look like he was getting up gingerly. He had some hard falls on that hip, so you have to keep an eye open for guys who may have hurt something. I think Torian Prince it was Christian Wood, whose hand had a little discomfort early in the second quarter, even though he came back and played well. You just got to pay attention to these type of things, because they can tend to linger. And since we're having so many injury issues already, that's something that's on my mind as we assess this team for the next game. We did see some guys coming in garbage time, but not a whole lot. Maybe like a minute of guys. Jackson Hayes played pretty well with the minutes given. Max Christie made another bad pass. I'm keeping an eye open on that. He's a terrible passer, I'm telling you. One of the worst I've ever seen. But he's still developing, and I'm not mad at him. Just gotta get him to work on that. And yeah, man, I thought it was an overall fun team effort. Good team effort, but fun team effort. We just can't afford to expect to win many professional basketball games when you have certain things that go wrong, like they did tonight in this game. You're not going to be able to turn the ball over 18 times and then have 18 offensive rebounds go against you and think you're going to win the basketball game. And if my memory is correct, we did not shoot well from behind the arc, but I'm just not certain. I know one team was in the 40% range, the other team was in the 20-something% range, and I just don't remember which one it was. But either way, the turnovers, they can't be, and the offensive rebounds. I thought we had exercised that demon, but against this Portland team, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So we gotta figure that out, man. I don't know what's going on as far as trying to attack those two problems, but the Lakers been turning the ball over like crazy these last couple games, man. We really have, and it ain't nothing normal. So hopefully we can find a way to reel that in, and we're gonna have to address it as if we lost this game, because they were a depleted basketball team. They did turn the ball over way more than most teams did. Bron's three-point shot was falling, and we don't expect it to fall like that every night. So it's a lot of stuff that had to go the way that it did in order for us to win, and I don't think people are going to look at it that way because of how far the score was spread. But I'm telling you, you go up against a good team doing this and you get beat. I'm certain of it. It's just certain things that you're not going to see happen twice. And us being able to do that much bad and Bron shooting that damn well, it ain't going to happen very much. I'm just being honest. So if I'm a coach in that Laker locker room, I'm saying good win, but I'm pointing out the weaknesses before I'm even pointing at the strengths. You have to, because if you don't, you're going to take this as fool's gold and go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak with these tendencies. So I'm a smart enough basketball fan to know that, and I know exactly how to attack this game. You got to study the film on this and figure out what the hell went wrong with them offensive rebounds and them turnovers. But I tell you this, man, one thing that I'm gaining a lot of confidence in is Cam Reddish's ability to steal the basketball, man. He is a gifted steals man, just like Vanderbilt. And when you have those two on your basketball team, you are going to force a lot of turnovers. At this point, I've done a whole 180 on Cam Reddish. It went from me struggling to see him succeed to me saying this guy should not be moved. We're going to need him on this team. Because at the end of the day, come playoff time, somebody's going to cough the ball up. Somebody's Jason Tatum or Aaron Gordon. Somebody we're going to see in a big situation is going to cough the ball up in a huge moment to either one of those two Lakers. So you mark my words, they're going to help us in the playoffs so long as they're healthy. Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish are thieves. Two of the best thieves I've seen put on purple and gold in a while, man. He reminds me of prime Trevor Ariza. Y'all remember prime Trevor Ariza? A lot of people may not remember that. But back in like 09, 08, Trevor Ariza, when he first got here, that's what Cam Reddish's defense reminds me of. He steals the ball, man. And you're going to look up and you just ain't going to have it in your hands, man. He's one of those look-ups and you're just not going to have it in your hands. And so having two players like that on this team who are specifically gifted in that area, coupled with Anthony Davis, arguably the best defensive player in the league, I think we're super dangerous, man. Defensively, we can be potentially a very deadly basketball team. And so these are attributes that I'm looking at, and I'm saying if we could just keep these players healthy, man, because we're going to need them come playoff time. And also I want to say, I think Taurean Prince played one of his better games. Y'all know I'm not a Taurean Prince fan. I was cussing at him. If you were listening to me, you probably think I'm a hypocrite. If you walk by this window and heard me screaming and cussing at Torian's name. But to be honest with you, when you look at the plus and minus, you look at where he helped us in key areas, the three he hit, that kind of thing, he was really good. Now, the one thing I do want to say is in a good game, you could still see areas where he was fouling, where he was a bit, taking advantage of certain situations. Plays went left after him fouling, that kind of thing. But overall, I thought he hit the big three he needed, got the big steal he needed, made the plays that you necessarily wanted from a vet. So I thought this was a better game for him than the stats and my complaints would have let you know. But at the end of the game, I understand the fullness of a basketball game. And when guys play well, they play well, man. So I thought he played a good game for himself tonight and really helped his basketball team. But man, was I cussing? I ain't gonna lie. I was frustrated at times to certain things, but at the end of the day, guys play hard, and in a tournament situation, you definitely see where the team showed up, man. And I also want to say, I hope that the momentum from this basketball game could carry forward for Christian Wood with the double-double in 19 minutes. I really do want him to get more minutes. I really do think we're a better team with either him, Anthony Davis on the floor, or him and Jackson Hayes with their length. I really like that, how that looks, and I think it translates to us playing pretty well most of the time when they're on the floor together. I want to see this continue, man. He always rebounds the ball well. He's always one of our best rebounders every night. But the scoring needs to start coming around. Now, the 3-ball didn't fall for him tonight, and I know he's capable of hitting it better than he did tonight. But we got him in the paint, two-hand jam a couple times, stuff like that. I just think we can get more of that out of him on a regular basis. So I want to see our coach give him more minutes and see if we can benefit from that. And another thing that we have to add to the negative is if we're going to turn the ball over and we're going to have the offensive rebounding issues, we need Austin Reeves to play well. This was a bad Austin Reeves night. There was another thing you could just add to the negative categories to where if all these three things happen, you're not going to win most nights. And a bad Austin Reeves coupled with those two other attributes that went left, you just can't expect to win very much when that happens. And then, like I said, LeBron attempted 9 threes. You think he's going to hit 5 of those most nights? Not going to happen. So, yeah, man. I'm just very thankful we played against this team in this atmosphere under these circumstances. Because if it were literally anybody else, you going to lose. If this was Sac, you lose. If this is Denver, you definitely lost. If this is, hell, I don't even know if we could do this against the Rockets. The way they've been balling, probably not. So, I want to put that emphasis on the negatives because I just understand, even though the game looked great, we got the double-digit lead, this is a depleted team with no back court, and they were able to do work out there, forcing us into turnovers and stuff like that and getting bored. So, yeah, man, Tamani Kumara and his defense, it really frustrated me. It really frustrated me, man. And that's what I've been sensing the theme against some of these teams. You know, I think about Keegan Murray in the last game, and Tamari Kamara was the guy tonight. The defense is coming back. On-ball defense is coming back around, man. Slowly but surely, you're seeing these young players that are coming into this league that can pick you up full court, that are going to move their feet from side to side, use their arms and length. Just understand what I'm saying to you. And we're not all the way back yet when it comes to defense, but defense is making a comeback in this league, man. It is. It is, and it's with this new generation of kids. So, yeah, be prepared for more of what we saw tonight. And that's why I want to put emphasis on our defensive players, because we got some guys that can do the same thing, including Max Christie, who's capable of tracking people like that as well. So, yeah, man, that's what I thought of this game. Well played game for, well played, I don't know, but Bron ball. Bron and AD, the stars showed up. And I thought Ayton played a really good game too, man. I thought he was really good down there as well. So, yeah, man, no stats in my head, really. Can't say I remember too much of what was going on down there other than the stuff that glared off of the screen for me. Too bad I don't remember which team shot poorly from behind the arc and which one didn't. But, hey, that's just the flaw in my brain right now, man. I can tell y'all I'm a human being and I don't have the stats in front of me. But I definitely know that one of them teams shot bad from behind the arc. But I'm sure Bron probably improved our percentage. So I'm going to guess at the end of this video that it was us that shot 40% and them that shot 26% or something like that. Don't quote me. But, yeah, man, that's pretty much the thought. I think I assessed this thing about as well as I would like to. Just, you know, it's a win, tournament win that we're very pleased with. But you just don't want to walk away thinking you played well enough to beat anybody tonight. Other than the Blazers, you probably couldn't have beaten anybody else. So that's pretty much what I got to say. My name is BDL44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.